Every year we try and bring the chief executives together to give them some space where they can concentrate on their personal development and skills.
This year it's communication, and the key for us was always what's going to come next.
I was interested in the lobbying on the Hugh Robertson, what he got to say, also on the media training that's available.
Hugh Robertson MP giving an insight into communications and the mind of a politician. Later in the day, Alistair Campbell, Tony Blair's former spokesman, was due to give a talk about leadership.
The vast majority of politicians are either keen on sport or have a huge interest in it.
Thank you very much, Bridget.
Sports, like many other industries, journalism and travel, is having to face up to dramatic changes in communications brought on by the net and technology. And that's why the organisers have invited me here for a keynote. What I wanted to draw attention to were social networks, video journalism, and mobile and the web, and how news is changing from interviews I gathered from industry experts.
It will no longer be that people will think, when they're looking at a news programme, oh, that's a proper bit of news and that's the right way to do it, and this is a lesser bit of news. It will just be done differently.
One of the things I showed was how to use a small camera on your own to simulate a professional broadcast. In fact, this whole film's been made with a small camera. How to avert a PR crisis and get into the media. This is Alan Stevens, the man with the PR touch, who's presenting later. His latest book, Ping, is all about media management.
I think the main thing that people need everywhere is to stick to a simple message. Media is all about delivering a simple message, delivering it effectively, and making sure that people understand that. And people make things too complex. It's all about simplicity. If you can get a simple message across so your audience understand it, whether it takes 5 minutes or an hour, that's job done. I think the period we're going through now is actually very exciting. There are opportunities across a whole range of extra channels that people haven't even thought about. And I think the thing is to keep consistency across all these channels, whether it's Twitter, which I use a great deal, Facebook, LinkedIn, traditional media or print. Keep consistent and keep the same sort of message, because the same sort of audience is starting to pick up on it.
Around 150 organisations made up the audience, and whilst a core may not play a large role in the Olympics, they no doubt want to benefit from its legacy, one of the things the sports umbrella body is looking at.
The CCPR is the trade union, the umbrella body of the governing bodies of sport. So, for example, we are their voice, we lobby government on their behalf to make sure that the interests of sport and recreation are protected, particularly when they bring in legislation. So what we wanted to do was to start with a presentation that kind of gave them the vision of where communications was going in the future, so that they could look at that and they could think about the things that they needed to know in order to help them shape their communication strategies.
I wanted to find out whether I managed to achieve that, so I brought two conference attendees together and asked them what they thought.
What did I get from yesterday? Well, actually, a surprisingly large amount. And one particular point I got from yesterday, which I've just been following up with a colleague, is this whole thing about making use of university graduates.
I think it was thought-provoking. What I'd have liked to have seen is maybe some more applied, so I'd have challenged some of us. I'd have done a check of our website, done a check of Facebook and gone, you're great, come on, you can do better. So thought-provoking, but could have taken it further.
The video journalism was something that I hadn't heard of before, and once it was put into context, I could actually see where that sat and where it could fit into our sport quite well.
They recognised my talent as well.
Very easy to say what we're doing now, but this is about the future and how Olympic campaigns have worked, how big organisation campaigns have worked, but also in terms of the media and where it's going, how we can use things like social networking, the website, to the best possible advantage to really enhance those organisations and particularly enhance the skills of the chief executive.